Hey everybody, it's me, Nicholas. We're going to read, I don't even know what this book is called. Phiore? Phiore. Yeah. So, page 1, the prologue. Long ago, this world Phiore was simple. It was filled to the brim with just animals and no sapient creatures. It was like this for a long time. But then, around 3,000 years ago, magic suddenly filled the world. All the water, grass, rocks, sky, and even the fire were imbued with magic. Everything, including the animals. The animals becoming imbued with magic caused spontaneous evolution to happen. Many animals that were previously small and ignorant were growing arms and legs, hands and feet, vocal cords, and intelligence. They were now sapient. These creatures became known as anthros for their two-legged nature. For some unknown reason, this spontaneous evolution started not too long after it started. This caused some animals to stop evolving halfway through, which meant they failed to gain proper feet, hands, or arms. Most did come out with intelligence and vocal cords, and so they were still sapient. They became known as pharaohs, since they still looked like a primal animal despite being intelligent. Anthros, thinking themselves as higher beings than the pharaohs. Pharaohs are also more animal-like, where they rely on their instinct to make decisions, rather than the logical reasoning. The pharaohs struggled to accomplish tasks that anthros might do with ease. The different features and ideals is what caused a divide in society between the different species types. Once societies were established, pharaohs were shoved into the peasantry. They were farmers, hunters, and builders, and usually made close to nothing in money. Some societies even enslaved them. Fast forward 24,000 years in the future, I couldn't believe it. The pharaohs fought for freedom. After the massive, big boy battle, they won. Now they were allowed to do anything an anther could do, even though their physical features said otherwise. Nowadays, pharaohs and anthros live together with no issues, but it stops. I'm gonna suggest something. Finish sentence, please. There you go. Chapter 1. Get out of here. Fuck. How do I get out? Do I just Hold on, I'm figuring this out. I'm trying to get the text to go away. Help me. Hold on. Oh, it's a check mark. Okay. I'm continuing. Vo? What the fuck does vo mean? Chapter 1. It was a cold day on November 9th, the day my son was born. My wife and I had been trying for a kid for over half a year, and now finally got it to work. It was the happiest day of my life. My son isn't even like I once was, but he had ash fur with a lighter fur color for his neck fur. That's pretty rare for avians, who usually have brown fur. He also had blue eyes, just like how my wife does. What should we name him? My wife asked me. I don't know. You got any good ideas? How about Zeke? That was the name of my best friend before he died. Oh no. Alright, I like it, yeah. Sentimental value always adds extra. Yes. He was a swell boy for the month I had him, but sadly not everything works out as you want it to. It was freezing out. It was so cold the Salisbury orphanage caretakers had to turn the heaters to the highest setting. I was just about to go to bed when I looked out the window and saw a Darkian carrying a tiny avian with blue eyes outside. The Darkian dropped him in front of the doorway to the orphanage, and then he darted off into the woods. The kid's gonna freeze out there! What? I ran downstairs and opened the front door, then pulled the kid inside. He had a piece of paper on him. It said, Zeke, born on November 9th this year. Please take good care of him. Doesn't this dude know this is supposed to be a whole process for this kind of thing? What's this? One of the caretakers ran over. Some dude just dropped this kid off at the front door. The caretaker went outside and looked around, but he was gone. Well, we will just have to take him in, I suppose. Whoever my parents are decided to have a kid, but for whatever reason, just dumped that kid in front of the Salisbury orphanage and went into hiding. That kid is me, Zeke. The only thing we know about my parents is that my dad was a Darkian. I don't care about my parents that much. I mean, my dad just let him to freeze on one of the coldest nights of December. My life at the orphanage is nice. I like to play outside, unlike most of the other kids. They rather play inside for some reason. Because they play inside, I'm a bit of a loner. But I'm fine with that. Yeah. I had one friend, though. His name was Michael. Michael. He liked to play outside with me. We would play tug of war and race each other. It was lots of fun. But he was adopted when I was 4 months old. I was sad for a whole week, but at the same time, I was also happy for him. Yeah. My life was decent, but nothing too eventful happened. Now I'm 8 months old, which for an infant is 8 years compared to a human. The caretakers called for us to meet in the main room, so that's what I did. Alright kids, today we have a client coming in. In case you didn't know, that means one of you is being adopted. If you show her your best behavior, maybe you'll get adopted. This has happened a couple times before. I always have been excited about the idea of getting adopted. To have a home and parents, real food that's not made of magic, and a bigger yard. It filled me with excitement. Before, all I did was answer the client's questions and probably be obnoxious. They never picked me. So this time I'm going to try a little harder to get on the good side. A couple hours later, and she showed up. She was a giant canine with tons of orange fur. And the caretakers rounded us up once she was here. After a couple of kids in front of me, it was my turn to meet with her. Next, one of the caretakers yelled. I walked in and realized just how big this giant canine was. She was like 6 times my size. I was very intimidated, but still determined, like Undertale, you know. The caretaker started the conversation. Alright, this is Zeke. As you said, you preferred. He's a bit of a ruffian. He likes to play outside. Zeke, this is Agnes. Please answer her questions. She looked at me with this big smile on her face, like she was happy to see me or something. It's kind of weird. Ugh. Happiness? So you like to play outside? Yeah! None of the other kids do, though. They rather just do whatever inside, yeah. What kind of things do you do outside? I try and do as many laps around the yard as I can before I get tired. I also play tug of war with a tree. I always lose, but it's still super fun. That's real funny. But tell me, what do you do when you aren't playing outside? I didn't know how to respond. The only things I liked to do inside was sleep, eat, and play around with random things I find. But that's kind of boring, and I was scared she wasn't going to like that answer. I learned from previous experiences that lying just gets me into trouble, so I answered honestly. Nothing much, just sleep and eat. The other kids don't really like me for some reason, so I never play with them. They don't like you? Why not? She looked worried. We don't hate each other or anything, but we just don't seem to mix well together, you know? I see. Have you learned to read yet? No, but the other kids have, but caretakers haven't gone to mean yet. She looked at the caretaker in the room with an evil eye, like she was mad at him for something. Then she said exactly what I wanted to hear. I think I'll adopt this kiddo since you guys obviously don't want him. My stomach instantly exploded with excitement. I was going to get adopted, have a family, and all the other stuff I said earlier too. I'd spent the past 4 months of my childhood alone, and I was getting a little sick of it, but now that was going to change. Yes! Well, alright, come with me to the back to talk about some things first. The caretaker told Agnes, while halfway out the door. They both left, and I just sat there fantasizing about what having a family would be like. I went into the back of the caretaker to talk about adopting Zeke. Okay, we just switched perspectives here all of a sudden. Okay, before I can do anything, you need to know that Zeke's case is a bit odd. How come? I asked. We can't legally tell you, but he's different from everyone else. When he was first admitted to us, the Federal Magic Association took a look at him, and they told us to handle him with extreme care. I don't know anything past that because it's classified, but because of this, adopting him will be much more expensive. Oh gosh, how much more expensive? I don't have very much on me. About 5 times as much. I was shocked by that, but the caretaker kept on. We need to know that the one who will adopt him can support him financially. The FMA also told us to test the person trying to adopt him to make sure they can give him a good childhood. Well, I only got enough money for the normal price. I was sad. That kid sounds so lonely, and the caretakers are obviously not keeping good care of him. Is there anything I can do? Oh dear. Well, then you sadly can't adopt him. You will have to choose a different child to adopt. The caretaker had a very slight smirk on his face when he said this. Agnes and the caretaker walked back into the room. I was still sitting there with a face full of anticipation and excitement. I'm very sorry, Zeke, but Agnes here doesn't have enough money to adopt you, so you have to stay here for a while longer. The exact opposite reaction from earlier happened to me. My stomach was suddenly full of rocks. Ah! How come? I asked. Are they in denial? Well, the cost is to adopt you is a bit more than other kids, and Agnes does not have enough. Sorry. I noticed the caretaker had a bit of a smirk on his face like he wanted this to happen. I was defeated. I could feel tears coming to my eyes as I slowly walked out of the room in sadness. But then Agnes, who could have just moved on from me and adopted one of the other kids, said, Hold on one sec. How about I save up to adopt him? Hope? I thought. The caretaker looked a little less happy, then said, If he can get the money before someone else adopts him, then that would be fine. My eyes started shining again, but I quickly learned not to get my hopes up. Alrighty then, I want to work here. I'll become a caretaker to help save up the money. What's it take to become one? The caretaker suddenly looked like he had smelled a stink beetle, then said, It takes a couple of years of training. You should talk to your accountant in the main lobby about that, though. Then Agnes looked at me with that same smile she had earlier and told me, I'll become a caretaker to take care of you. Then I adopt you with the money I get from it. How's that sound? Great, I responded, suddenly excited again. Alright, then let's talk out there. The caretaker was telling all the kids that Agnes was leaving, and they all looked at me with jealousy. But most especially Durain, an anthro fox in yellow, was looking at me in a way I had never seen before. It's scary, I muttered. Durain was always trying really hard to get adopted, but always the younger kids would get picked over him. He was a year older than me, and he must have getting kind of fed up about all this. I kind of feel sorry for him. Are you even listening, Zeke? Huh? I wasn't paying attention to her at all. Oh gosh, you're absent-minded. Okay, I'll say it again. I plan to become a janitor here while I'm training to become a caretaker. That way I can still parent you a bit, she said to me, determined. But why? Why what? Why are you doing all this? You could have just adopted some other kid and forgotten me. Yeah, I could have. But that would be wrong in me. You said it yourself, those caretakers seem to care less about you than a rock. And I just can't let that slide. My mama taught me to always help a child in despair, and to never look the other way. I also don't think anyone will have enough money to adopt you here in this town. The caretaker said it was 5 times the price of a normal adoption, which is more money than I've ever seen in my entire life. What? I accidentally fucking... What the hell? Okay, I shifted. We're shifting for some reason. Why are we shifting? Hold on. She smiled at me again. Stop me. Fix what? Oh, thank you. He fixed it. He fixed it, buddy. Okay. I need to get my bearings straight. But But how come I'm so much? I don't really know. The caretaker wouldn't tell me, but it won't stop me from trying to adopt you. She smiled at me again. A feeling I've never felt before was in my heart. I don't know what it was, but it made me feel like I should trust Agnes. But what if someone else comes to adopt me and I get up there? Well, this may seem a bit weird, but I'd say you could be annoying to them. Then they won't want to adopt you. Unless you'd rather get adopted sooner, you don't gotta do that. I'm still gonna help you out, though. No, you're probably the only one who will actually want me, so I'll do it. That's not true, but alright. I'm going to talk to this accountant lady about getting a job, and next time I got free time, I'll come teach you some stuff. Yeah. She started walking towards the main desk. What a weirdo. I like her a lot, though. I think if anyone should adopt me, it's her. It took 2 days for Agnes to get the job. That's 2 days of me waiting in anticipation to see what she's going to teach me. Every day I wondered what she might teach me and just got more and more excited. I was running a couple of laps around the fencing when Agnes came out of the sliding door. Wow, you should play hard out here, huh? Agnes, did you get the job? I asked, well, very out of breath. Yep, also got into caretaker training. Apparently it might take 2 years until I'm a caretaker. That's all fine. So does this mean you're gonna teach me some stuff? Sure, I'm free right now if you wanna. Yes, I do! Alright, show me to your room. Yeah. All the other kids hated learning, but for some reason I was pretty excited. I showed Agnes the way to my room. It's the last door on the left hallway. My room is pretty boring. It's just got my bed, a table, and some weird shelves. It's also super dirty because the janitor's never coming to clean for some reason. Gosh, it's so dirty in here. Do you even clean your room? She looked a little amused when she said that, even though she sounded disgusted. No, the janitors are supposed to come and clean all the kids' rooms on Thursdays, but they never come here. Once again, Agnes made a mean face and said, well, dang, they ignore you a whole lot more than I thought. Good thing I decided to work here or your room would become a huge mess. Well, whatever. What are we going to learn first? I asked with a look of anticipation. Well, you were a little excited. First, you gotta learn to read. Reading is essential, and writing is pretty important too. Except us Philes aren't very good at holding a pencil. So, first up is the alphabet. Within the next couple of days, I learned how to read. She started with the alphabet, then moved on with small words like you and the, before showing me how to write my name. As she said, we can't use pencils, so we use fire magic crystals that are much more expensive. It's big enough to hold with 2 paws, and it uses fire magic to burn the page. My handwriting sucks. Worse than most Philes, actually. I wrote my name over and over again until Agnes could at least read it. She also started bringing books to the orphanage for me to read. At first it was pretty hard, but it slowly started getting easier and easier. It was lunchtime. I hated the food here because it's made out of magic, and that's the cheapest kind of food. I'm pretty bad at using silverware, so I usually ate in my room. I didn't have to use the silverware in there, I could just eat with my mouth. But Agnes was cleaning my room up, so I had to eat in the dining area. Alright, how do I use this thing again? I was struggling to hold it. Then Doreen showed up. Ha! This spoiled brat can't even use a fork properly! Huh? I was confused about why he was making fun of me. I hadn't done anything to him. Maybe your fatty mama could help you learn how to hold it. Hey, what's your problem? I was getting a little heated. He made fun of Agnes, and that made me angry. My problem is that even though you're beyond spoiled, you still can't even hold a fork properly. Stop being so mean. I didn't do anything to you. You go cry, go run to mommy, as if she could help you. She can't even teach you how to hold a fucking fork, she taunted. All of a sudden, I got really mad. He was making fun of me and Agnes for no reason. I felt a flash of sweat, and I got up and snarled at him. He didn't look scared. I was still half his size. Help! This ruffian is trying to attack me! Please help! He screamed. Then 3 of the caretakers ran to the room, looking worried. I stopped snarling at him and tried to act normal, but I was too late. One of the caretakers grabbed me by the scuff. Were you trying to attack him? He asked me angrily, but I could say no. Dwayne lied to them by saying, I was just trying to show him how to grip his fork when he suddenly got mad and snarled at me. Alright, you're going to the disciplinary action center, the caretaker said, digging needlessly into my scruff. Hang on! He was making fun of me and Agnes! I tried to defend myself, but they ignored me. No! They shoved me into the DAC, and there I waited. Finally, this human with black gloves and white hair came into the room. The gloves had a weird white pattern on the palms. I recognized him from somewhere, but I can't remember. Dr. Wiley? Hello there, Zeke. My name is Dr. Sully, and I handle things at this orphanage. He introduced himself while adjusting his glove. So, you try to attack one of the other kids? He asked me with a disappointed look on his face. No! I started snarling at him after he made fun of me and Agnes. Maybe this guy will listen? Well, I know Doreen quite well, and I really doubt he would ever do that. But let's assume he was doing what you say. If he was making fun of you and this Agnes, then you should have just gone and told the caretakers. He won't stop messing with his gloves while he was talking. But the caretakers had nothing to do with that. It was personal, and I know they wouldn't believe me. The caretakers are meant to listen to every orphan with no bias, so they definitely would believe you as long as you were telling them the truth, he said with a guying expression on his face. That's not true. The caretakers would believe whatever lies Doreen told them. Agnes says they were supposed to teach me stuff a long time ago, but haven't, so they hate me. Well, I say that's not true. They were going to get to you eventually. They just needed to wait until you were ready to learn. Here's what I'm thinking. You probably shouldn't listen to this Agnes person too much. She sounds misguided. My face started bristling with anger. Why was everyone being so mean to Agnes? Anyway, we're getting off topic here. You should never snarl at anyone like that. You fails always act like you're a bunch of beasts. I'll have the caretakers teach you some lessons on manners and how to act like a normal person after this. He once again adjusted his glove. Huh? I'm not a normal person because I'm a feral? That doesn't make me any less of a person. How can you say that to my face? Well, some punishments do. Would you like physical punishment or lockdown punishment? I don't know what either does mean, but physical sounds like it would hurt. Lockdown if I gotta pick. I responded, not very happily. I shouldn't be in this mess in the first place. Alright, then you're banned from going out to the yard for 4 months. Maybe then you'll stop acting like such a beast. You may go back to lunch now. He popped every finger on his hand. No going outside for 4 months? I'd rather get whatever the physical punishment was. That's 4 months of pure boredom. Wait, can I? Nope, the punishment is final, he interrupted. I walked back to my now cold food and threw it away. Why did Doreen do this to me? Why did that guy act like I'm not a normal person? I've just been living my life, so what do I do to them? I had a headache now, so I went to my room to take a nap. I walked into my room and saw that Agnes was still cleaning. I was happy to see her, but she must have noticed something was wrong. What's wrong? Oh, ... I looked away from her. Come on, you can talk to me. Okay. Doreen was making fun of you, so I snarled at him. I got sent to disciplinary action because of that, and now I'm not allowed outside for 4 whole months. And? I know that's not all. She looked worried. Dr. Sully called me a beast and told me that I should act more like a normal person. Agnes looked angry, like she wanted to tear the stuffing out of Dr. Sully, but then she looked empathetic and said, Don't listen to him. He sounds like he's speciesist and probably hates all ferals, she said, then looked at my head for comfort. Thanks, Agnes. My head hurts and all that, so I'm going to take a nap. All right. I got into bed and closed my eyes. Then Agnes got in with me and started licking my head to lull me into sleep. Is this what having a mom is like? Someone to help you out when you feel like you're all alone? I love you, Agnes, I said with my eyes still closed. I love you too, Zeke. I fell asleep shortly after.